Hello, financial fans. I bought one stock. It's actually an ETF, exchange traded fund. This past week I bought SPY, which I had not owned, and we talked about SPY before. That's the exchange traded fund that has a low expense ratio and seems to have a high year to date yield of something over 20%. And whether I'm getting in too late for the party or not, we shall find out. But I bought it on 9/28, paid $434.08 per share. And has it gone up or down since I bought it? I'll take a quick look here. I know the answer already, but we will take a look here. SPY, as of right now, is down 0.18%, so it's down about 1/5%. But a couple weeks ago I bought a stock that has a symbol VEV, which is interesting what's happened to that in just a couple of weeks. VEV, let me bring it up and see where it is right at this moment. This, by the way, is Friday, and the time is 12:58, 1 o'clock here in Nashville, 1 o'clock p.m. And VEV is up. In less than 2 weeks, or about 2 weeks, VEV is up 31%. So they're doing something right. That's the electric vehicle market. So for this week's stocks to consider, we'll begin with the stock I've mentioned before, vehicle stock, and they're certainly going to be in electric vehicles and other kinds of vehicles for years to come. We will begin looking at the numbers for General Motors. The symbol is GM. And as we look at General Motors, symbol GM, we see that it closed at $53.13 on Friday, October 1st, 2021. And in after hours it's up to $53.15. And I will tell you before we go any further, I am not a financial advisor. I do own this particular stock and at least one other stock we'll talk about today. And I encourage you to learn all you can about investing and do what is right for you, yourself, and your family and your situation. But I do tell people what stocks I buy and sell and why I do it, and I show them the numbers that I look at when I make a decision to buy or sell. And these are some of the numbers for General Motors. We begin by looking about 2/3 of the way down the left-hand column. 52-week range. $29.59 was the low per share price for General Motors in the past 52 weeks, and $64.30 was the high, and we are closer to the high now than we are to the low, but we still got some headroom, which is good. The average volume, 16.5 million shares trade every day, and at the bottom of that first column on the left we see the word undervalued. The people who crunch the numbers think this stock price should be higher. And we look in the middle column, third item down, PE ratio 6.17. Anything under 10 is very, very good, and 6.17 is very, very, very good. The forward dividend and yield a little further down that middle column, not available because they do not pay a dividend. But we look farther down, see the 1-year target estimate, $69.65 per share. And General Motors could certainly easily hit that number, I do believe. And we'll look at our next stock, which I also own. ARCC is the symbol, Ares Capital Corporation. $20.63 was the closing price on Friday, October 1st. Looking 2/3 of the way down the column on the left, 52-week range, $13.54 was the low and $20.68 was the high. So it closed within a nickel of its all-time high, or the high the past 52 weeks, I should say. The average volume, a little over 2 million shares trade every day, and the people who study this very closely consider this stock to be undervalued. And the third item down, middle column, PE ratio 5.3. As I said, anything under 10 is good. And now we look at forward dividend and yield, 2/3 of the way down the middle column. Forward dividend and yield, 8% is what you get just for holding on to this stock. A nice dividend. And the 1-year target estimate for Arcc, $21.39. Next we look at Manulife Financial Corporation. When businesses get going, they're going to need some financial corporations, and MFC is the symbol for Manulife. $19.42 was the closing price today. And 2/3 of the way down, first column, 52-week range, $13.13 was not unlucky, and $22.25 was the high for the past 52 weeks, and it's closer to the high than it is to the low. Average volume, a little over 3,300,000 shares trade every day. And this stock also is considered to be undervalued. Third item down, middle column, PE ratio 6.8. It's under 10. That's great. Forward dividend and yield, 4.5% is what you get for holding on to this stock. And if you happen to hold on to it for 1 year, they're expecting the target price to be $23.13. So that would be nice. Now let's look at NUE Corporation. NUE is the symbol. This particular stock is a steel. It's a steel stock. They do everything with steel, and with the need for steel coming up for all the rehabilitation that's going to be going on, if the particular predictions are true, this stock should do well in the future. It's got a lot of reasons to go up. $97.65 the closing price today. 52-week range, $44.20 to $128.81 was the high for the past 52 weeks per share price. The average volume, 3,280,000 shares trade every day, and the experts consider this stock to be near fair value. The PE ratio 9.73, which is under 10. I like that. Forward dividend small, 1.64%, but you get something for holding on to it. And the 1 year target estimate, $112.36 a share, and that would be a nice move upward. And one additional stock I'll give you here, just because I think that United States Steel is very related to the stock we just saw, and you might want to choose between steel stocks or get both. United States Steel has a symbol of X, and the 52-week range, $7.25 was the low price per share, and $30.57 was the high, and it is closer to the high than it is to the low, but it still has lots of headroom. And the average volume of United States Steel, almost 20 million shares trade every day. It's considered to be a fair value at its current price. And the PE ratio, 5.85. We've got some low PE ratios here for this week. And the dividend, talk about a low number, 0.18%. 1/5 of a percent is what you get for holding on to it, but I guess that's better than nothing. And the 1-year target estimate, $34.98. So that looks pretty nice if everything goes well, and they need a lot of steel for the infrastructure work that's looking like it's going to be happening in the not too distant future as soon as the economy opens up again. So all these stocks will be something to consider, and I thank you very much for watching.